Yes, welcome back to Bezos Chibozi, and this is a new week. This is a new Monday. This is a new chance for you to change your life and put it in the right direction. So let me hit you with something real quick. You should only put off until tomorrow what you're willing to die having left undone. This is a quote from Pablo Picasso. Now, Pablo Picasso was an artist, and the only thing I think he was trying to say in this quote is that delaying what matters kills creativity. It also kills progress, and sometimes, for the worst, it kills the life you are meant to live. Now, let me ask you, are you putting off something right now that you think if you die tomorrow, you can leave it undone? Now, if you have not yet got what this episode is about, it is more about procrastination. Why do we procrastinate? How do we break free from that demon of procrastination? How do we see that we live the lives we are meant to live? Now, a quick story. I know of a gentleman that had a very big dream to start up a company. A very, very good idea. Now, with time, things didn't seem to pick up easily for him. And so this guy kept on postponing when he would start executing the idea. Now, as time went on, someone did the idea that he had to do. And in the long run, this guy had to instead join this guy. Then they start doing the thing together. He ended up being an employee of this guy who executed the dream. And who wonders, maybe at one point, this guy would have been a big guy, because this ended up being a very big idea and a big dream. Now, for me to just break it down to an easier example that one may understand, the idea of Campus Connect, Harvard Connect, and Facebook. Recently, I was watching The Social Network, a very good movie for people who want to understand how business works, or how to pick a few things from great business people. You should watch that movie. Now, in Social Network, there were two twins that were athletes, and another gentleman who had the idea to make Campus Connect, which was Harvard Connect. And then there was Mark Zuckerberg. Now, Mark Zuckerberg was very good at coding and everything, so he had the execution bit. Now, these rich friends of ours, the two twins, had a very good idea, but couldn't execute it well. Now, they came to Mark Zuckerberg with this idea, and he seemed to be interested to help them, but not really interested to help them, because he had a better idea, and that was Facebook, to improve the whole thing and get their idea started. Now, the whole thing was that these guys kept on postponing when to talk to him physically, things like that. But also, Mark Zuckerberg was sharp. He was trying to avoid them. And later, he releases Facebook. So these guys come to sue him. And later, they get like a small payout of 65 million. Yeah. But right now, as we all know, Facebook is one of the biggest industries in the world. In the social network, and it was all about him executing. the dream that those people had. Why do we procrastinate? Let's be honest for some time. We procrastinate most times because we fear failure. And we fear failure because we have not really understood what failure should be doing in our lives. Now, failure is supposed to be something that helps you to get better. Now, most of us fear to do anything because we fear to fail. We fear how much it would cost for us to fail. But the best thing to get out of failure is a lesson. And so be ready to fail, because in that failure is when you know whether it was worth it or it wasn't worth it. The other thing we fear is perfectionism. Most of us want the perfect time to do something, to reach somewhere, to get the right people, to get the right start of something. That perfectionism is what is causing us to extend the debt, to extend the beginning of our lives, the beginning of meaning in our lives. You need to understand that there is no perfect time. There is no perfect time, and any time is perfect. I don't know if that contradicts what I'm saying, but any time is perfect. There is no perfect time. Yeah, some of us may be overwhelmed to start, I took a lot before I started a few things in my life because it was too overwhelming. I was looking so far at the things, the numbers, and what. But those numbers don't mean anything. And sometimes it is the big thing that we are not ready. Most people think they are not ready. But here is one thing that I'm learning. That readiness is a lie we tell to ourselves to avoid discomfort. Now, you will never be very ready to do anything in life. Because even Jesus was not ready to die for our sins. And he was scared and he cried in the garden of Gethsemane. For those that have been following the scriptures, I happen to record this during the Easter period. Actually, it will be released on Easter Monday. So, even Jesus was not ready. Okay, he was ready, but at that point, he was not ready when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. Who are you to think that you need to be very ready to start something? The greatest thing that has ever been done to mankind was to die for our sins. And even the person that did it was not ready when the time came to die for our sins. So, you don't need to be ready for you to do great things in life. Sometimes the great things, or you get ready for the great things along the way. So you just need to start and not procrastinate. Move forward and not move backwards, because procrastination only causes backward movement. The reality of procrastination is around time. And so time is everything. We think we are going to live forever. Oh, we have all the time in this world. But the truth is that life is short. And clarity rarely screams, it actually whispers. And if you ignore the whisper long enough, it stops talking. Now, tomorrow is no guarantee, and the only gift you have is today. If it matters that much to you, start. Even if it is messy, you need to start. Because the best way to do these small things is by starting. And I can give you a quick way or small ways of you starting to handle this whole procrastination thing. Now, whenever you feel like you're going to extend the date or extend the time at which you're going to start a given task, Just say, let me do it for 10 minutes and see. If I get bored, I will throw it off. Now, there are two catches here. You may do it for more than 10 minutes. You go into 1 hour, you go into 2 hours, and you're done with the whole task. Let's say you do it for only the 10 minutes. You have done part of the task. That's the whole way we do this whole thing. That's how you're going to do it. You're going to just be committed to doing it for the first 10 minutes. If you're able to finish those first 10 minutes, then the rest will come in, the hour, the 2 hours, and all that. Now, the best way I have done it in my life is the next tip I'm giving you. Attach it with your identity. Attach it with your identity. There are very many times I've procrastinated when to record given episodes, when to record what. But because now the podcast is part of my identity, I have made it something that I cannot procrastinate, because at the end of the day, it tells me about who I am. If I left doing my podcast today, it would say so much about who I am. I don't accomplish things like that. So the way you can do it is any task, attach it to your values, attach it to your identity. Then visualize the cost of not doing it. I think this one, everyone knows it. That with procrastination, you need to visualize, if I don't do it, how much does it cost? What will it cost for me? And I mean not in monetary terms. I mean in circumstance of life. If you missed out doing a given task, what would it cost on your life? What would it impact on your life? Now listen, I don't want you to be pushing things to tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if you're listening to this episode, maybe you're pushing something, you're trying to start something, or you're what, this could be your sign. This could be a sign that you need to take that first step. You need to stop overthinking. You need to stop living in analysis paralysis, because it's only that place that will not allow you to go and take on life the way you're supposed to take it on. So start because it matters. Start because it may change everything in your life, and take a step forward, because that's how momentum is built. Momentum is built by taking a step forward. Otherwise, I think that is it for this episode. If you love this episode, please share it with your friends, your family, and anyone that needs to listen to this. Anyone that has been procrastinating, anyone that has been having a hard time to see their life get straight. And yeah, keep it at Bezos Chibozi. Keep improving your life. Keep motivated. Stop the procrastination. Until next Monday, see you soon.